Locked.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
Most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's. He was what some might call a man of action. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say. He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That and...
And... Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before. And now all of a sudden he's trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but not...
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Locked. Locked. Locked.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large...
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then that...
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has...
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the...
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes, I cannot say that he was a kind man. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can do it. I can be as good as any other.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? That is most interesting. He told us that he would...
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of...
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers, or he was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for him. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon. French wine. Champagne. Montague done. Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens. A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish. I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this.
Gold dust? Good heavens.
The gold is almost immune to chemical attack.
But why would anyone perform such experiments?
There was a bottle here. It left behind. Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone... Chemicals, a sufficient quantity.
A phonograph used for voice recording.
Yes, this is quite a modern look.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is...
I don't hear anything. Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for...
Do they grow dangerous plants?
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here. The employee's cloakroom. Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will... Open. Albert's locker. Specialist articles on shipyard. Albert Dunn has a great passion. A rejection letter. Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University. Martin Hamish's lock. Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Father and I. Miss White's locker. Apparently, Miss White is a capable... A draft of the letter that Miss White... These jewels must be worth a vanity purse. These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery. We can see the interior of the colonial... This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing. A thesis. A glasses case. This area serves... It is a bust of Montague. It is a bust of Montague Dun. The seeds of plant species are stored here. Open.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my...
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White.
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss. After the tragedy...
Yes. The director was a truly good man.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared? Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see.
How well did you know Mr. Montague?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an...
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy...
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a...
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my...
Thank you, miss. None of the three people who were... Someone is lying. These leather gloves are new. Materials for college study. This place serves as a book about ships. Nothing at all to... From here, we are unable to see the interior of the colonial... Seed house. Ventilation system. A water tank. A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings. A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature. This symbol is from the Divine Syndicate. The remains of a picture frame. A protective mask. Someone set it alight, but it did not burn. A broom handle was half burned. The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely. A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the door handle to the colonial collection and that of the fireplace are... The symbol is not from Kew Garden. According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of... It is a bust of Montague Dunn. I am curious if the marble that we found... Here it is. The marble fragment that we found in the colonial collection. An award presented to a master's degree diploma. Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon. According to this, they have light and moisture control.
What should we do next?
These trees, with their roots in water, must originate from Louis.
Ah, yes, the bayou. I remember our visit.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings. This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system. From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room. A botany book. This student's book belongs to... Several drops of the substance were spilled. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect the employee's cloakroom. Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic a review on rare and exotic plants. Come on, Toby. Let us go to Kew Gardens. A map of London and the... A map of London and the... Let us take Toby to the laboratory. He will... Search, Toby. Search. Congratulations, Toby. Now... This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. It was... There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle. A tiny caterpillar. Not surprising to see what... Here it is. The Divine Syndicate is not a supplier to Kew Gardens. Besides, there is no address here.
That is not the one I need. 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 That is not the one I... That is not the one I need. 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 That is not the one. That is not the. That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need. That is not the. That is. That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need.
And here is the Divine Syndicate's address. Perfect. It is time to find out what they have against Montague Dunn. Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform an analysis. This is the bottle that we found hidden. A colorless, water-based liquid. Quite a strong floor.
Holmes? What do you...
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars?
So what...
It is some kind of organic compound. Small colorless crystals. Colorless, tiny crystals that are soluble in water.
Of course. Here you are.
Wagner's reagent. There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment. I need to take a pipette. Red sediment. This liquid is of organic origin. This mixture is probably a fertilizer. Someone was carrying out unusual...
This place is beautiful, Holmes. Its atmosphere is remarkably...
Let us find someone who could help us.